currently in a Peak District. Where exactly are we, Katrina?
We are in the Hope Valley and we're just hiking up to the Coach and Horses rock formation, so hopefully wild camper.
Yeah, it should be a nice sunset, we're hoping as well.
And apparently you can see a nice, it's like a reservoir or a lake. Whoop. It'll be quite a similar spot to last night.
Yeah, it's not too long of a walk either.
Yeah, we're shattered after that 10k. Malik was driving, I could just see his eyes closing slowly. I was like, right, pull over, we're swapping. We once again found free parking, this time at a quiet lay-by right by a stone bridge.
I followed Katrina up a short, steady incline, our legs feeling the weight of the 3 nights out in the wild.
The Cutthroat Bridge. We were eager to get off our feet and soak in the views over Derwent Reservoir.
That rock formation over there is where we're heading to. Before we knew it, after an easy 2-kilometre stroll, we were just a few metres away from our planned camping spot. Perfectly perched for lake views right from the tent and tucked away just enough to shelter us from the cold southern winds. So we just got to the rock structure back there over my shoulder. It's all looking empty. And we're just going to go around to the other side so it's protected by the wind. Boom. Someone's just pitching their tent up there. But luckily, there's this other rock.
Well, it's not
over
luckily
here.
just yet.
No.
But there, essentially.
Yeah. Hopefully we can find a decent plan B.
What began as an easy 2-kilometre stroll turned into a drawn-out 5-kilometre trek as we scoured the landscape for the ideal pitch. Our expectations were high after the previous spot, but options were scarce up here, and we soon found ourselves compromising.
Got the perfect setup on this rock. Just checking the sunset.
Derwent Edge is beautiful as well.
This hook in the sky.
Here, because of the water.
Yeah, and it's a shorter, easier walk.
Yeah.
We eventually pitched up at the only spot we could find. Unfortunately, it was right beside the path and offered no views. So we left our tent behind and wandered off to the rocks along Derwent Edge with our packs to watch the sun sink behind the hills.
While I was making my tea, 2 lads showed up and found a perfect flat spot tucked among the rocks. We stayed quietly hidden, they never noticed us until after they pitched. Their spot definitely had the better view, but with our non-freestanding tent, we had no chance of setting up there. We stayed quietly hidden, they never noticed us until after they pitched. I see what you mean.
So Katrina, what bird have we got there?
A water pipit.
For tonight's dinner, we bought venison with us. We melted butter in the pan to stop the meat from sticking and waited until it was hot enough before laying the steaks on.
A bit too eagerly, we added water to the pan early to start the gravy and set up a second stove to get the mash going. Once the mash was ready, we tipped it into the frying pan to warm everything together. We eventually tucked in, but just like the night before, one steak was rare and the other hadn't even made it to rare yet.
That's when we realised we added the water way too early and it cooled the pan down too much.
So back on the heat it went for round 2.
Found this pomegranate from a wild pomegranate tree, so I'm gonna cut that one up. It's bleeding.
That looks amazing. Look at how bright she is.
She looks like blood.
Wow.
Yeah, Katrina accidentally cut her finger while she was cutting into the pomegranate, but luckily we just mended it all up. We had a nice little sofa with a nice view of the sunset. Had a tea, we ate dinner, venison, steak and mash and gravy. Quite rare there, and short walk to our tent here.
My approach was one with confidence this time. I knew what I had put into it, but also having participated.
Good morning. We completely forgot to sign off last night. We fell right to sleep after watching
Sunset.
sunset. Yeah, we came in here and watched one little show and fell straight to sleep. Rain woke us up about 2 a.m, but luckily we were all dry and the rain and sent us off to sleep with the sound. The time right now is 10 to 6. We're gonna pack up and hope to walk down with sunrise. We shall see.
We're all packed up, we left no trace, and now we're ready for the descent down to the car.
Hopefully we make it down before the rain comes.
Yeah.
But as you can see, banging views of sunrise. Yeah, looks so beautiful.
Stunning. Currently walking back down to the car. Wanted to see sunrise whilst we were walking. However, we cannot see a thing.
No, we can only see like 30 metres ahead of us.
Look at all of that.
But this is a great spot. You'll be able to see sunrise and sunset from this spot. Just need
Yeah.
to make sure the weather allows for it.
And we were saying how it would be a really nice run
Yeah.
because the incline isn't actually that bad
No.
compared to Kinder Scout. So once you've done the incline,
It's all quite flat.
yeah, it's very, very flat and absolutely beautiful 360 views.
Just not right now.
Not right now.
Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. We've had a very exciting time on this bank holiday. Had a Buffy, wild camp in the lakes and a wild camp in the Peak District, Lake District and Peak District back to back. Don't know what our next video will be yet, but subscribe and find out.